For the past 15 days, Bitcoin's race to the top seems to be running out of steam. Well, you're going to tell me that there are some nice leftovers since one Bitcoin is still worth $48,000, while it was worth $10,000 in October 2020. However, this raises questions. Now that Bitcoin is worth about $1 trillion, is it too big to fail? Would a bursting of this bubble cause damage far beyond a simple loss of value for those who hold it? Or is it time to buy because Bitcoin is destined to rise quickly to 100,000 after it catches its breath? Will Bitcoin become the future of digital gold? I suggest you analyze all this in an orderly fashion. Come on, let's go. First of all, it's important to remember that Bitcoin has seen many upswings in its short existence. In 2011, it went from less than $1 to a high $29 before falling back to $2. Then in late 2012 to early 2013, it goes from about $10 to $230 to fall back to $70 in mid-2013. Big 8 effect guaranteed. At the end of 2013, early 2014, it goes from 100 to 1,200 to drop back to 200 in 2015. You can see that at this point to not go crazy having bought Bitcoin takes some mental effort. Then it will be the famous bubble of 2017 that saw Bitcoin go from $1,000 to $19,000 at the high, to fall back to $3,000 at the low in late 2018. Finally, we get to 2020, where Bitcoin goes from $10,000 to $50,000 in early 2021. I won't draw you a picture of the rest of the story. Many expect it to fall back below $20,000 before resuming its ascend, or not. It's important to understand that Bitcoin is operating in an ultra-competitive environment, both in terms of the number of people who want its skin and the harshness of the environment. Between Ethereum, Cardano, Polkadot, or Solana, there is no shortage of candidates whose ambition is to dethrone the Bitcoin protocol in terms of technical performance. Surviving 10 years in this environment is already a feat in itself. And that's without counting the powerful nations such as the USA and China who are keeping Bitcoin's progress in their sights with a firm intention of not letting monetary power escape them. And yet, to this day, Bitcoin survives all the threats. The so-called forks in the crypto world produce lame projects that fail to compete with Bitcoin in any meaningful way, and the competing blockchains, while seemingly more technically successful, fail to dismantle the massive foundations of trust that Bitcoin enjoys. I'm not saying that it won't happen one day, but for now, it hasn't. So you'll tell me that 10 years of hindsight isn't much, and that's true. However, we have to keep in mind that 10 years in the world of new information technologies is easily equivalent to 30 years in the industry, because these two worlds do not evolve at the same speed. Remember that a project as lame as Dogecoin, which was made on the basis of a joke, was created in only 3 hours. Today, this corner has no real depth, has capitalization of $5 billion and turns into a scam. This is also the world of crypto, a wild west where anything and everything is possible, and there is a lot of nonsense. Bitcoin Cash, for example, which is a fork of Bitcoin, is worth $8 billion of capitalization, while it seems more like a marketing stunt than a detergent with no need for boiling. That's the world of cryptocurrencies, a huge promise to potentially create a monetary technology with an unparalleled degree of trust purity because no trusted third party is needed. The blockchain is the possibility of making money and all forms of honest transactions incorruptible. However, just like the beginning of the conquest of the West, it is a fair. There is more diversity and scams in the crypto world than in a Burning Man festival. But should we throw the baby out of the bathwater? Today, the baby is still worth $1 trillion. That's a lot of baby. Moreover, Louis Vincent Gave, in an article for Gave Cole Research, asks the question of consequences of the bursting of the Bitcoin bubble. Will the loss of $500 billion in the world happen without a stir? Not so sure, because apparently Lewis Vincent tells us that Wall Street has managed to securitize large quantities of bitcoins so that Wall Street traders can put them in their wallets, despite regulations that require a chain of custody. We can't stop progress, as my grandfather used to say. But basically, what is the ceiling for Bitcoin? Could it be worth 1 million? Even the very serious Forbes magazine is asking the question. We are back to the heart of the question of value. What is value? Since the FED and the ECB are printing dollars and euros in the trillions, why can't Bitcoin, whose quantity is strictly defined, be worth $1 million or $1 billion after a certain period of time? As the saying goes, any centralized currency managed by a government ends up being worth zero. There are already many examples in recent history. Today, 1 Bitcoin is worth almost 500,000 Venezuelan bolivar, whereas in 2013 it was worth 500 bolivars. Consider that the average salary is 250 bolivar, so anyone who bought even 1 Bitcoin in 2013 is rich, while others have seen their savings go up in smoke. However, Bitcoin, like gold, could see its value decline if the production of goods and services falls for a long time. Probably less than national currencies, but for the same amount of things to be exchanged. If goods and services fall, Bitcoin will see its price fall. Money is a complicated, multiform, and counterintuitive concept. That's why many economists have such a poor understanding of it. So, should you buy Bitcoin and in the middle of a bubble at that? My answer is yes, under certain conditions. Firstly, you must have money, even a little, that you're totally prepared to lose without any regrets. Secondly, to understand this, you have to do a calculation of expectation. If Bitcoin has a 90% chance of ending up at zero, but a 10% chance of ending up at 1 million, then the expectation of profit is $200. Put another way, if you put 1% of your monthly savings into Bitcoin each month, say it's $40, then after 10 years, you could be out $4,800 for good, or you could be a millionaire in 2031 dollars. If it comes to that, the $1 million will not be worth the same as it is today. It will be worth much less. But you will have won while others will have seen their savings wiped out. Is this a right time to invest? Why not wait for their bubble to burst? Because we are not responsible people. Bubbles make us vibrate, to excite our curiosity. So take advantage of it to go through the process smoothly. Investing $10 in Bitcoin requires a lot of dedication and questioning, because you'll have to learn what a wallet is, what a passphrase is, how to actually buy Bitcoin, and how to secure it so that you'll be able to find it in 10 years. Do you think you're really capable of doing this demanding job when the subject is not burning up the pages of the media? For 90% of us, of course, we are emotional beings. So buck up, take your $10 and make your first investment in crypto via Bitcoin. You'll spend some time, discover a new universe, and at the end of the day, you'll have risked $10. You have to admit, it's tempting just to be able to say, I'm up to date, I have a wallet with Bitcoin that I've properly secured and that I can carry in my head. That's what I propose to you in these times of bubbles. Take a ticket to ride the Big 8 without taking risks. But why Bitcoin and not Ethereum or something else? You have to be a bit of an expert to choose, don't you? First of all, as I said, cryptos are the Wild West. All these technos devour each other without mercy. It's a wild and exciting cycle of innovation. So trying to figure out who will be the big winner in 10 years is like trying to buy Google in 1990. First of all, chances are that the main blockchain of the future doesn't exist yet, and even if it does exist today in the many cryptos available, nobody can tell you which one it will be. So in that case, don't get your hopes up. Bitcoin is 80% of the capitalization of cryptocurrencies. It has grown in concrete against all odds. Without being a connoisseur, one always comes out better when betting on a leader rather than trying to guess who the outsiders will be. And then, I remind you, I hope that this will be the opportunity to make your culture, and if it captivates you, you will follow the developments of this world. You will have plenty of time to allocate your 1% savings where you like. On that note, see you soon for new videos. Ciao!
Thank you so much for watching. If you like my videos, please subscribe and don't forget to hit the bell if you want to be notified of the next episode. And if you want to invest in the stock market over the long term or diversify your financial portfolio, I'm offering you an analysis of the 8 European star stocks to have. Thanks again for watching and have a great day.